So, we've had the biggest update that Bannerlord has ever had. Not only have we got a new DLC adding in ship combat, naval battles, and an entirely new faction, but we've had a 1.3 update that has brought so many new features to the game. I mean, this has parlaying with enemy, being able to go up to them and talk to them Monty Python style down from the top. There's a fast mode where you can actually play the game at a lot faster speeds, basically like remember in Rome Total War, where you could do shorter campaigns. This new optional module can actually be selected when you launch it up, and it sort of just speeds up the passage of time. Characters age faster, skill progressions move faster, and population turnover is all tuned to match. There's also random events that are now in, like you can enter a village and a man will tell you that they've got syphilis, and you could either say, oh, that's great, and give him money. You can join in with him and pass it on to your people, or you can pay him to fall down a well. And there's so many events that you can do just like that. Okay, that as far as I'm aware, that isn't one. But adding things in like slings, they're really cool. You can have deserters now. When wars are fought, people will actually just desert. The troops will come around in their own little parties of, like, I don't know, legionaries. New music and sound, overhauled spear bracing, so you can actually kill plethoras of horses as they die on these spiked weapons. It is incredible. But I have actually been covering this for quite some time now, very in-depthly going over every new detail, because, well, there is so much, from alliances, trade agreements, to a whole new stealth and disguise system. Yes, that is now in the game, all for free. So I thought what I'd do is I'd compile all the details of this new update in one big video for your eyes, and you can obviously use the bar at the bottom to scan throughout. So enjoy. Oh, and subscribe, because this took me quite a long time. I mean, if you talked to me before the release of Bannerlord and you said, what is one thing that you'd really want within this game? Would stealth be the top of this list? No, probably not. But now it's in here, I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty good. They did not falter, at least not that I've worked out so far, and I've been diving in depth with everything that's come out so far. Now, where did this actually come from? What is the reasoning behind having stealth within this update? Well, if you haven't been around the channel for some time, you might not know that there have been numerous DLCs planned for Mount & Blade 2. In fact, one of them was supposed to be an entirely new story overhaul, a DLC that would add in this new story-driven campaign and a linear system. And this stealth update was supposed to be one of the new mechanics that would, I guess, be an addition to this new story. It will be a story about being a stealthy smuggler, something along those lines, but they never released it. In fact, they said it just wasn't really up to the quality that they wanted, so they left it on the wayside. But they spent all this time making new mechanics for this update. They thought, hey, why not release it anyway? So they have actually just released it into the main game, which I think is really cool. And there are a few extra little missions and extra little things that have come with it that we're able to really test it out with. And I've been testing it so much. So what are the main selling points here? Well, if we did it as like a bullet point system, we've got sight and sound detection. Enemies can hear you or they can see you, and these all are adjustable and they depend on where you are, the lighting around. Of course, light and elevation do come into it. There's different alert states as well, whether they're just suspicious or they're full on just hunting for you. Distractions, body dragging, it's all in here. There's a new way to get into hostile towns by disguising yourself. If anybody's been around the Mount & Blade franchise for a while, you'd know that getting into a town is all about, well, putting your hood on and just hoping that the random roll of the game doesn't get you caught. But in here it's a little bit different. When you actually go into towns, you can get your hood up, and of course guards will walk past you, and as long as you don't take your weapon out or you start running or crouching around, they probably won't realize who it is. And this means that you can go into these enemy towns, well, as a normal person. Because of this, there is an extra few missions. Hideouts have been completely changed. So hideouts now go into this sort of, well, I guess, new mission. You can try and attack these hideouts at daytime this time, and you can sneak in bushes. These are new things that have been added in. You can hide behind trees, wagons, buildings, and there will be sentries that are dotted around. You can take them out with stealth kills. You can throw stones to distract them. It is all in here. And because of this, there is also a new mechanic for prison breaks. Being able to get people out of prison by these more, well, new stealth mechanics, just like the hideouts, where you can hide behind different areas of these dungeons, sneak through them, taking out one guard at a time, or you can just walk past the guards, but once you turn around the other way with the guy that you break out of prison, you're going to be having to fight past those guards anyway. There's stealth gear. New set when you go into your inventory. Of course, you have your civilian clothing, your battle wear, but now a stealth set where you can load it out with hoods and garments and cloaks, daggers, which are new additions, and soft shoes or hard shoes, depending on how loud you want to be. Now, let's have a little look at this first stealth mission. There's a tutorial you can get into that will show you all the main mechanics about stealth fighting. So here we go. We speak to this guy as usual. Now, this is a segment that's put in after the regular tutorial. And what is happening is the Empire peasant is telling us the headman of his village has been captured by bandits, and we've got to go and take him back. Now, what's happening essentially is he is hidden in the back of this village, and we've got to go through the village and hopefully sneak past all the guards in order to get to him. Now, I get it. We are currently playing Mount and Blade, a game where you're famous pressing F1, F3 to charge into the battle, but you actually have to stealth this one. Now, he will actually give you some clothing. As we can see, we've got our new clothing here. It looks pretty goddamn cool. I kind of like it. And we can sneak through these bushes. Now, as soon as we dropped into this, I was like, wow, okay, this is cool. So we've got a dagger here, sort of backwards knife. You've got 8 stones. You've got a falchion in case you actually get into combat. But as I mentioned, you cannot get into proper combat here. So don't try. Don't go stabbing. So I'm very new to this, I will admit. If we press left alt, we can actually see some names above heads. Now, I've not really worked out how often we can do this, because some places it shows up where people are, some it doesn't. But as you can see, I've just been noticed there. I went up to throw some stones, and they instantly noticed me, and it failed the mission. Great. So we've got to try that one again. Back into it this time, I'm going to throw stones straight away, and we can see an indication of what goes up above people's heads. There's little arrows that fill up. Now, if they're white, that means people are just listening, they might have heard something, or they might have seen something, but they're not intrigued yet. It just gives you an indicator that they can see something. Now, when it goes orange, that means that they are investigating. And that will happen every time you do what I've just done, which is throw rocks. That gets everybody over and able to sneak past. Now, I think you can just sneak past this wall without having to actually do that, but I kind of wanted to show off how these stones worked. And actually, this was me playing the tutorial for the first time, so I sort of wanted to show that there. Now, I've got these little patches of lavender, and they are great because they're actually used to be able to sneak through. I loved when Bannerlords introduced these new mechanics of just having the physics of bushes and things move out your way as you go through, and it works so perfectly here. We're at night time and we're sneaking through. Now, shadows, they do also work, but I've got these 2 guards up ahead and I'm not quite sure how to deal with them. One is sort of walking off in that direction. I'm kind of tracking his movements to see how long he stays in one place. He heads over there and then he walks back this way. This other guard doesn't seem to be moving whatsoever, so we might be all right with sneaking past him without being seen. Now, depending on how nice you want to be, you might be able to just sneak past these guys without being seen whatsoever. But I went for the backstab there, and we take him out in one hit. Now, this guy is going to come round, so I've got to drag his body. You go up to them, you can press F, you can drag their body, and I put him in the bush. Very Assassin's Creed-like. I love that mechanic. I think dragging bodies, one of my favourite things to do at the weekend, and now I can do it in a game. It's absolutely perfect. But we've got this guard, he's coming over. Now, he hasn't noticed his friend's not there. Maybe that kind of AI mechanics would be a step too far for Mount and Blade. I don't know. But I'm just going to sneak past him. There is no need for me to confront this man. He can go back to his wife and kids if they still love him, which is rare these days. It's rare these days, especially in 1304. People when divorce rates were just so incredibly high because, people went to work, men went to work, and they spent too much time walking in a triangle. And his wife would say to him, "You've walked in a triangle for 3 days straight. What are you doing, man? You got to do something better with your life." And he said, "That's what I was born to do. I've not let anyone past just yet." But we did have a prisoner escape with some help today, but that can't be my fault. And those are the sort of conversations that he always has. Now, I'm going up this ladder. Now, don't get me wrong, it's fun. I look cool in my hood, but ladder mechanics, they're nothing new to Mount and Blade. A bit like me with cocaine and I'm going on some sort of a rant now, but don't worry about it, everybody. We are moving our way through the bushes here, and now light and shade, fantastic within this. If you go out into the light, people will spot you. If you're in the shade, people won't spot you, and this mission actually does notify that quite well. I think up to this point, the game is assuming you won't have done anything like stab people or throw stones, because when I got to this point, I thought, hold on, there's a very obvious target there. It clearly wants me to throw a stone at it. There we go. Sorted, job done. So I think the game is assuming this is the first moment you're going to be throwing stones, but we go up behind, stab him. Now, these daggers are quite important because these daggers they give you that one-hit kill. It's not every time. You can't one-hit kill everybody, but weak, lower-armored opponents, especially looters, could be stabbed in the back with these daggers, these backwards daggers, and you'll pretty much get a one-hit kill, a silent kill as well. And there'll be moments within this video you'll see I'll kill people pretty close to their mates, and they're pretty much done for. Why am I dragging his body back out? Look, I'm going to be completely transparent with you here. I decided to bring his body back out into the light because me, personally, I wanted to have a little photo shoot. I wanted people to see me and my new friend. Okay, let's skip forward. We now head down these stairs, and there's a funny old fella, once again, probably the cousin of the guy that we snuck past earlier, because he is also walking in triangles. It seems like some sort of disability this band of looters have. But this is a really good indicator of the light and the shade. As you can see, the shade here is, even though he will turn back to face me, he can see something, so it goes white, but he doesn't know what he can see. It's just some sort of rat. Yep, that's probably what he assumes it is. And also, that's my nickname from my mum, so he's not too far off. We go up behind him, get a quick stab in. Now, if you run up behind them, they can hear you. They can hear your footsteps, so it will go orange for a split second. But if you kill them in time, there's really not too much to worry about. In fact, you can pretty much get away with everything within the stealth system as long as they're not looking at you. Even if it goes red for a split second, you can stab them in the back. And as long as you're at the right angle, much like with everything, you're in for a bit of success. So we're going to skip forward a little bit. We've done enough stabbing. We've hidden his body in the shadows, but there's still not the end of the mission just yet. And here we are. We found the head man. There we go. I'll find a way out. Follow me as soon as it's safe, or we can be silent, actually clear a path past them. It's not too tricky. There's one more man out here, and then we can escape. And that's the tutorial for the stealth system, but there's so much more to this that I really wanted to get in depth, and it doesn't really show us everything. So I wanted to actually find a bit more myself about exactly what we can do with the new stealth system within Bannerlord. So there we have it. We've seen a little bit about the actual tutorial mission and what Mount and Blade and Tail would want us to know, but that's of course not the full picture. Enemies will detect you via sight or sound, and they react directly to your movement. Even the more noise you make, so as we saw in that, as I snuck up behind people, it will go orange for a slight second, but I was able to kill them. Now, if you press Control on your keyboard, you can actually choose between slow walking and running. Look, that's been in Mount and Blade for a while, but that happens when you're crouching as well. So if you actually decide to go into slow crouch mode, you can get up behind enemies before they even hear or see anything, and it can be a complete instant assassination. Do I find that the whole lighting system is brilliant? I need a bit more time with it, if I'm going to be honest. It doesn't seem like it's great at this point in time. Of course, as we see, enemies will see you depending on how good the lighting is where you're standing. You can stand in shadows and people won't see anything, but I think it can be incredibly abused. The enemies and the AI in this, whilst it's improved and it's a cool new system, as we see, they're kind of stupid. If they have a friend that they've been walking in a triangle with for at least the last 14 years, they won't notice he's vanished in 2 seconds. They won't react to that whatsoever. It'll be nice if they sort of had a confused look and be like, oh, where's he gone? And then they went into maybe search mode. And of course, if they see a dead body, they go into full inquisitive mode. But that's something that I think will either come with time or something that maybe Mount and Blade just not capable of. Now, one of the more interesting factors is elevation, and elevation actually comes into how well or easily people see you. If they're high up, they can see across more of the map, and they're more likely to see you sneaking about. If you're higher than them, I mean, it's basically a Scooby-Doo movie. The guards, they don't look around, they don't look anywhere, they don't know what's going on, they are incredibly confused, and you pretty much get around with anything. Body dragging, love that. Distraction. Now, there is stones that you can throw. You can throw them in various places, and as far as I'm aware, they are just like in any stealth game. They are one of the most overpowered things in the world. It's kind of cool though, because it gives a new addition to what stones are used for. Stones are useless within Bannerlord, but they've been in every Mount and Blade game and only ever used by looters. In this, you can actually find some sort of use for them, and I do vaguely like that. I think the best way to approach it is just to treat the light system and the elevation, well, like, I guess, a terrain, so you can step out of torches, make sure you avoid them, slink around them, don't ever go under a torch, especially if you're in a stealth session, and move through the darkness, use them as sort of your bushes, and that will pretty much guarantee you an easy AI distraction and stealth. I mean, the stealth system isn't the hardest in the world, it's actually pretty goddamn easy, but being able to toss rocks and peel guards off is really cool, especially when the guards have no idea and, well, don't notice whatsoever. But these are all really inbuilt around some new mechanics that are for you as a character. Of course, roguery has been in the game for quite some time, but now it has real impact on the game. Stealth attack damage is raised if your roguery skill goes up. Your crouch movement speed, of course. You can walk while you're crouching within the game, and now you can also use bows and crossbows and shoot whilst you're in crouching, which is great. I think that was just inbuilt for being able to throw rocks while stealthing, but that's also moved into the battle, so you can crouch down and use your bow if you want to. That's a new addition that we'll cover in the rest of these update videos. But being able to actually have a crouch movement speed that's upgraded through upgrading your roguery stat is really nice. And of course, the noise you make whilst crouched whatsoever is really cool. Now, there's a blackened armor set within the game: boots, armor, cape, hood. A high stealth factor, so stuff like hoods and things like that, cloaks, as I mentioned, are really going to increase your ability to blend in with the shadows, and of course bushes. If you just go around sneaking around in full armor, you're going to get spotted so goddamn quickly. It's literally pointless. There's no, but I mean, the game kind of handholds you a little bit because it automatically puts you in your stealth gear if you go into a stealth mission. So it's unlikely you're going to accidentally put a full set of plate armor in whilst you're trying to find a hideout. And even if you are the looters anyway, you could probably take them all out literally on your own. But how does this get put into practice? Well, let's actually go into one of the proper hideouts and let's see how we can go through the normal motions of attacking a hideout, but with this new update. And I can show you what the new beacon mechanic is. Yes, wait until you find out what this does. They call me the Sneaky McBeaker. So I have my men waiting. I have my dagger, my falchion, and my stones. I only have 4 stones though, so I've got to be kind of careful for that. See where the enemies lie. No. The main aim is to not be spotted at all. Because you can be spotted and get away with it if you kill them quickly, but ideally you don't want that to happen whatsoever. Okay, there's a man there. Now these guys have good armor and I don't have the armor to take them on a full frontal assault. I'm gonna have to make sure that I am playing this smart. I only have 4 stones, so I can't particularly use them just yet. Is he getting far enough away? He's coming up this way. Let's make sure we're properly crouching. Got my dagger ready. He's seen something. Oh, I've been spotted. Let's try this again. Now, the sentry there, we know his positioning. Maybe we can use this to our advantage. I think we can. We know where he looks up. I think this is probably enough for me to hide in. Okay, now all we've got to do is wait for him to come back. And boy, is it a waiting game. Here he comes. Ah, this guy's got less armor this time. That's nice. They've positioned someone else on there. Maybe I traumatized the guy by being next to him so much. He's like, nah, I ain't sticking out there. Not again. I'm going to go in extra slow sneaky mode. Here we go. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. Shit. I missed him. Okay, I'm gonna drag his body over here. We can see something. The white normally means that they can hear or see you, or they're slightly suspicious. Okay, we don't have to be in super slow. Let's just run a bit forward. Let's use these to our advantage. So on here, if you can wonder how I'm getting these red marks up, I'm holding tab. Right, he's gonna turn around. He's working on something. Wait, oh, he's carving. What a talented man. Now, I think I'm going to be able to get this guy and drag him in before that guy notices anything, before he finishes his patrol, but it's going to be tight. But that guy actually never looked around. So maybe I go for the walker first. Okay. Nope. Okay. That's distracted him enough for me to get over here. He's on his own though. So that should be good for me. Hopefully this is a thick enough bush. I'm thinking it is. I think it is. I think it is. Thank you very much for being so silly, my friend. Okay. For safety, let's get him in this bush. Sneak him in there. Lovely. How many more do we have? We've got 3. This is fine. Probably don't need to crouch all the way down here because I think it's a little way before we run into more of them.
Now, sometimes I've noticed it doesn't have the red triangles. Sometimes it does. It's better just to be careful. Now, there's a very convenient bush here. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. I'm glad I moved that body because he could probably see it walking up here now. Nice. It gave us a level. Level in sneakery. Level in roguery. Level in hiding in bushery. Perfect. Okay, let's keep it going. Now, depending on what you wear depends on how loud and soft you are as well. So that's something to pay attention to and keep in mind. Because if you wear armor, well, you're going to be screwed doing this. You can sense something. Not in a Spider-Man type of way, but in a smell type of way. Now, in fact, let me get this guy over here. That's only got him. It's just because that cart is going to do good for us. There we go. Good positioning. Oh, God. Now, there's the beacon. That's what we got to get to. Oh, he can hear me. Let's crouch back. Oh, there's more. There's more of them. I didn't mean to hit the menu button, but there are more. Come on. Okay, now, this is why we need to get to this beacon, because there's more guys here. I can set off a fire arrow. Here come the boys. Okay, they've stopped being so sneaky. They are just throwing stuff in there. They are just get in there, lads. Oh, there goes. One of them's dead. But there should be enough of my boys to take these guys down. I don't know why I'm still crouching. Lovely. Last few. And we got a few levels up. I like this. I like this. Oh, these guys are pretty kitted out, actually. No, I ain't dueling you. I got some... Oh, my God. I brought loads of boys. Okay, you bring way more guys into these battles now. This is good. Should be able to swarm them. Backstab. Oh, the backstab even works here. Never mind.
But what about prison breaks, you shout at me, scaring my child? Well, this is one of the cooler mechanics. Now, prison breaks have already been in the game, but once again, they've been overhauled for this update. Now, there is no fighting. You need to use stealth to actually locate the cell. People might not like the fact that you're now forced to not be loud. Just for some people, I know it's just very, very tricky. But once you've noticed where the guy is, you got to sneak your way down. And of course, you got to take each guy out piece by piece. If you get caught, you fail the prison break, and you can do it again, but you've got to wait some time, and those prisoners might be gone. But of course, after you actually do it, guards will start to notice something's off. You will unlock the guy out of the cell, and people will become more alert. Now, you can choose to stealth your way back out of the prison break or fight out if you want to. Of course, most people are just going to choose to fight out, and more importantly, you might not get a choice because the guy, the NPC that follows you out, i.e. the prisoner that you've just broken out of jail, is going to be a moron, and he's going to get you caught. He's going to try and fight, and he's going to get you both. It's a disaster. But make sure you plan your exit before you open the cell, and try and kill as many of the guards in disguise, in stealth, as you go into the dungeon, because you're going to have to fight them all as you go back out anyway. That is my best advice here. Okay, my good friend Darbird of the Brotherhood, we're going to get you out. Let's stage a prison break. Yeah, we're going to cost you 22. That's fine. Okay, the guard accepts your offer. He's ready to help you break him out if you're willing to pay. I am. Let's go in. Okay. We've got to find him without alerting any guards. We're going to put us on extra slow walking mode for now. And here's some people walking about. Now, my assumption is, yeah, it's not going to show up the NPCs. I'm just going to have to do this with sight. Okay. Hello, my friend. So you might... No. Oh, shit. Okay, let's try that again. We'll try a little bit more sneaky this time. Sneaky McPeaky. Now, the big issue is, I hesitated, and he turned around too fast. Quickly does it. Okay.
Speed is key. Speed is key. Speed is key. Down the stairs we go. Oh God. Sorry, I just keep knocking things over and making lots of noise. Just the... Shh. Okay, so he's coming around this whole area. He's combing it all. Being a bit noisy. But that's fine, right. Gonna play it safe and get his body, and we're gonna drag it into the corridor of the stairwell. That should be much better. Are you fucking... Okay. We've done this many, many times. There's no guard here this time. Perfect. Let's wait till this guard goes back. Sneak up on him. Perfect. That's what we like to see. Okay, now back down here. Now, granted, one of them was a crash. The other two have been failures, but I don't know if we can count all of them as terrible acts of being rubbish at the game. Where's this fella, for example? Oh, shit. Oh, God, there's two of them. God, there's two of them. If we can take them down fast, we'll be okay. Okay. So you can actually survive if you take them down with enough time. Interesting to know. There's two people. He goes and stands in here. And this guy doesn't look like he moves from this position. I don't know what he's looking at. Just gonna get him killed. Okay. Just to be safe. Let's pull this body over. The ragdolls are ridiculous. Okay. Safe as sound. Two bodies in there. Lovely, does it. We can't be too far away now, surely. Surely. Who's round this corner? Are we in the dungeon bit? Okay, we've got one man here. Does he move? Does he move? He does move. Slightly suspicious. I think we could just sneak past those two. Yes. Don't even need to bother. Okay. I think we might have made it. Yes, we've made it. Hello, I've come to get you out of here. Let's go. Where have you got that hammer from? Guards know that something's up. Does that mean the two that I didn't kill are going to be an issue? Stay back. Don't. Yeah, we should have killed them because this is going to be an issue. Unless... Oh, well. One spotted us. Oh, there's three of them. We are going to have to fight our way out of this. We're going to have to fight our way out of this bad boy. Come on. Yep. Don't kill the prisoner. Don't let the prisoner die. No. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Oh. No. Scholars lie in wait. For one day, I do something with poise, elegance, and success. But that day is still not come. Now, all these stealth missions, as you can see, really not my forte, I'm going to be honest. The dartboard of the brother man is still in prison. He's not unconscious now. He lends off way worse than he was before. So, hey-ho. That is whatever. But... that is how you do a prison break. Not as unsuccessfully as that, but that is the general gist of it. As you can see, you can actually get caught, but if you kill people quickly, they can't alert people. Now, there's no actual genuine cry or call from one guard to another. They haven't added that in the game, but that's the assumed thing, that if they take too long to kill you, other guards will start to hear what's going on.
but you can kill them in time and do that as well. Now let's actually go over some of the more overall details. The stealth and disguise difficulty will be affected by how you play the game. If you're playing it on normal or veteran, these will affect the enemy's sight and hearing. The harder the game difficulty, if you're playing it on realistic, the more likely you're about to get caught. Guards do tend to feel a little bit psychic if you play on too high difficulty, but the tutorial does give you sort of a safe testing ground, so you can very early on the game work out if the stealth is up to where you feel it should be for either your abilities or what you think is realistic for the actual game. All in all, I think it's actually really great. I think they should probably add in a few more stealth weapons. The dagger's fine. I don't know what else you could really have, but it's something that adds a whole new avenue for increasing the input and content within the game, a new tech tree that we can sort of delve into. Yes, you form a line if you have to. It's a little bit dark, you know, I really hate recording these battles in the dark, but one thing that I did really want to show off is one of the new weapons that's added into the game. Now, there is plenty when it comes to forest bandits and upgrades, but let's see if any of these guys, ouch, have one of these fateful weapons. No, these guys all have bows. Wait, you're not being very useful, guys. I'm needing more from you here. Let me just double check that none of them have what I'm looking for. No. Okay. You must all die. Right, looters. This is what you get if you do not comply to my... Oh, talk about a beta patch. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there is new lighting within this update, and it does mess around with the little bits and pieces. Oh my god, what is going on? Oh! Whoa! Calm down, game. Please. Calm down. Stop. Oh my... but Jesus. Oh, thank you. Your Valandian troops ask if they can take charge of the bow of the Valandians in the enemy ranks, declaring that they feel the duties of their king, even if they fought to a bad cause. So some of those guys were part of Valandians. Yes. You can do this. Yes. I've increased my reputation. Right, but it's not them that I'm looking for. Oh my god, this new lighting is intense to say that. It looks goddamn gorgeous though. This game looks infinitely better now. Right, but I needed to find these people over there. Sorry, I'm just gonna leave my troops because I wanted to find something in particular. Oh my god. Heard of a beautiful game? Yeah, it's Mount Blade 2 Bannerlord. It looks something quite special. Hello, looters. Have you got anything for me? Oh, that one does. Look at that one. He's got a sling. All of that just to find a guy throwing rocks a little bit differently. Look at him slinging around. Look at him go. Oh, these two both have slings. Go on, you swing that sling. Oh god. There we are. So looters tend to spawn with slings. They are a new type of weapon that are in the game. They're actually kind of cool. Now, let's take all those looters in. Lovely. Now, we can actually get one of those slings. That's what I like to see. Now, here we go. Here are options for slings. So, you have 3 different types. Wool, braided, and reinforced. Now, they all have their different stats, of course. Speed is 120 on the reinforced. If we go down to the first one, which I think is the wool one. Yeah, so the wool is slightly faster because it's lighter. So, that's got speed 105. You can see that all on the stats as well. And, well, that's not been put in just yet. And the speed is 100 on braided, and we've got 120, so reinforced is a bit fast. In terms of blunt damage, 25, 45, and 57. So braided is a bit better, well, quite a bit better in terms of damage, but yeah, we've got so much better with reinforced. Accuracy 45, accuracy 55, accuracy 65. So you're really going to be... You can see the price. This is actually a pretty expensive bit of kit. And, of course, missile speed 40, 35, and 50. So these have their different advantages. This is a bit faster, but this does more damage. But reinforced sling is really what you want to be doing. Now, these are one-handed. You can actually use them with shields, and we're going to show that off right now. I'm going to actually give myself the reinforced sling. And you need to... Well, you need some weaponry here. So we've got our stone sling bullets. This is 4 blunt, and there's 18 of them. There's 5 blunt, and there's 16. Or we can get 9 blunt, and there's 15. So we're going to get the 9 blunt. Let's put them in there. And, yeah, these are given to looters, desert bandits, Empire Azurai villagers, that sort of thing. And the Hidden Hand gang as well, who are one of the minor factions. But let's go and see how this actually fares against some enemies. Okay, now we're in. Everything looking incredibly vibrant because of the new lighting. I need to make a full dedicated part on this lighting. It looks absolutely gorgeous. But as we run into battle, can we sling on horseback? Oh, we can. Oh, my word. I didn't realize that was a thing. Okay, slings can be used on horseback. Hell goddamn yeah. I mean, look at that. You can see the little stone inside there when you chisel stone. These guys don't know what's coming to it. Oh, God, I didn't mean to do that. I've lost one of my... Okay. Now, these guys probably... Yeah, they've got some slings. I'm assuming they're not as good as my slings, but if we get a bit of distance, like here, we can see how effective these things can be. So... Let's test this out. And that was a miss. Okay, that's fine. We can go again. Okay, bit of damage done there. Fantastic. We're gonna have to retreat. And we got that one down. Okay, so that was a kill with a sling. I'm in a bit of a tricky situation. A very tricky situation. Man, help me, please. It's alright. I shall be avenged. I shall be avenged. Now, I wanted to just get into this village raid for really a set reason that will become very, very clear very, very soon, because it's not just slings that have been introduced in terms of combat. No. There is plenty more on its way once I, well, do the damage. And this kind of shows it in a very, very specific way. You can see, oh, hello, I've just run into the enemy. You can see here how morale works, and these have actual morale sliders now. We've got 55 battle morale. They currently have 43, and that will change over time. Let's see, okay, that's now down to 40, and yeah, this will change depending on many factors, but it kind of does have a huge effect on whether people stay into the battle or whether they leave. And my god, their morale is just absolutely dropping. Mine's actually gone up to 56. Your men will gain morale 57 the better they are doing in the battle. So this is actually going really, really good. It kind of gets exponential as the enemy's morale lowers because of their deaths. Yours will go up. And you see that completely destroyed them. Now let's get some upgrades in here. Let's just make sure we are as strong as we possibly can be. We don't need those prisoners. No. We don't need any of that stuff. No. Because there is something else that I want to explore. We have raided that all we can, because I want to head over here. Now, morale is a huge playing factor within the game. It isn't just about the battles as we can see them here, but it's also about simulations. We can see they've got morale of 42 and they have a 68, or at least this is my side, the attackers. Now, it affects hugely within sieges, as we're about to see, because morale can really take a toll if you're not careful. But the way it works, where if you lose, I don't know, a battle pretty badly, your morale will dip. The whole party morale on the campaign map, and you see that in the bottom right corner when you're walking around, how your morale is doing. Just ignore the weird glitch. Oh my god, the horrific glitching at this point in time. Is it going to be better if I get off my horse? I think it might be a little bit better. Lovely. And it might be this suit of armor that's not being too nice with the new update. If you have 0 morale, it will be an instant defeat. So you do need to pay attention to that and how it all works and how it all plays out. And this is affected also in the auto resolves. Auto resolves isn't just the bigger stack wins, the bigger army wins now. It actually, discipline really does matter. The higher tier and the higher morale, you can punch through the enemies even if you don't have enough troops to do such a thing. So morale is actually a massive point, and if morale gets low enough, your men will run. So this is going down to 40. We're still on 68 now, and that's just because there's been a lot of deaths on their side. In fact, they've lost 30, we've only lost 11, which is nice. I just like having the more UI that will tell you how you're doing, so you can retreat if you need to. It looks like we're going to do absolutely fine here, and hopefully even better once we get to the walls. I really don't know what's going on with the lighting weird glitching in, but this is just the way it is when you're testing new betas out, because sieges have changed quite a lot as well. It is not just, well, what you'd expect. So normally when you're sieging, defenders would have an advantage, in fact, but that is no longer the case. The siege defenders no longer have a buff when it comes to auto-resolving or even battles. Now, the AI, when they're sieging, you'll see, always have a ram and a tower. They can add more, but this is the default now. They'll always have these two things, and that wasn't necessarily always reliable within the main base game. But one of the huge additions is that, not the horrific lighting glitch, but you can see people are actually just pouring up the siege towers, and I think it should be with ladders as well. Oh, that one's got knocked down, that ladder over there, but once they get up, you can see the siege towers are so much more effective because the AI will now pour up them. It is a genuine advantage having siege towers being built. Before, they would definitely get stuck, they wouldn't really be able to get onto it, but that also works on the defending side as well. They'll get into murder holes a bit better, and all in all, it's just so much better for the AI. You can see them pouring up those ladders. No more do they just sit at the bottom whilst no one actually goes up them, which is really nice. I mean, look, they just work as it should have. This game came out in 2020. We are 5 years later, and finally we have working siege towers. Yes, an insane thing to be saying, but it is the truth. We have broken through. Their morale is pretty much gone. Bloody hell. What a nice and refreshing thing. Sieges are so much more smooth, and I just really hope they can fix this lighting bug, because boy oh boy, it's getting kind of infuriating right now. That was a very quick siege, and you can see, whilst they had a couple of hundred troops defending, normally when you have 1,000 troops, you'd lose a lot of men just because they sit at the bottom of towers and they wouldn't really do anything, and that doesn't happen anymore, and I am
so goddamn happy. Yes, I've helped you. You are more than welcome, but I don't care about you or your friends. Okay, the next part of this update needs me to do a little bit more destruction, so I am going to do the F1 F3, every Bannerlord player's mastery, and god damn it, I still cannot get over how good this lighting update looks when it's not glitching about. It just looks so beautiful and fresh. Oh, so clean. Uh-oh. Hello, lads. Oh, I forgot I still have my slings. Okay, let's try some slinging on horseback. Let's see how this works. Why-ya! Okay, this is a very slow sling. It is embarrassingly slow, actually, so I'm just going to do a bit of slinging from up here. Why-ya! I don't know if I got anybody. Okay, and then the game is going. I would not take into account the disaster that is happening lighting-wise. This will not be in the final release. This is still being recorded on the beta version. But all the features are pretty cool, even if they look like spaghetti people. Oh god, I'm actually losing quite a lot of men here. Am I going to lose this battle? Why am I going to lose this battle? Should we try that again? I just realized it makes a cool noise. Like a dramatic thumping sound when I... Oh, that's really cool. Oh yeah, the UI. It looks cool. The battle UI. Anyway, how's my morale is pretty low. I think that's because they've got a lot more men. I think their men are just a bit more heavily armed as well, but we're gonna have to see how this goes. I'm gonna charge back in. It looks like the map has slightly changed as well. Maybe I'm just coming at it from a different... No, that's what we were fighting before. Okay, this is the same map. The AI has just decided to go on the hill, which I'm not too happy about. Get off the goddamn hill, ma'am. There's no need for that. Just get off the hill. It's no harm. I've just got a few horses. There's a floating bushel up there. They've got a few horses up there as well, actually. Hope my cataphracts can do a good job. Now, here's the problem. They have a lot of bikes, and bikes have become incredibly good within this game. They brace, they've got much better advantages against cavalry, and they make our range like spaghetti, and it's very, very awkward. And if I'm going to be completely honest, it looks like they have done a number on my cavalry. But that is okay. That is okay. And I've just been stabbed by something horrific. Okay, I may not have accomplished that slaughtering too well, but it's fine because I found much weaker people to attack. Unfortunately, my morale is pretty low now. My men, they've lost all faith in me as a leader. In fact, I think they think I'm a bit of a noob, but I have to reject that proposal because we're about to destroy these men. We're going to destroy them in every way goddamn possible because they just have peasants. Hello, peasants. How are you? Yes. You've got pitchforks. They're not pikes, so I don't care. You shall be slaughtered in due time. Oh my god, that guy just got a spear right in his noggin. Okay, I really want to get a kill with this sling. I'm going to make it worth your while coming to watch this video. Apparently slings are awful on horseback. Oh, we killed that bannerman. Okay, let's see. Is this any good at long range? Here's a little tip for slings. Don't use them on horseback. Okay, I hit a friendly horse. Not bad. Let's try to do a long shot. I hit another friendly horse in the ass. Okay, they've got like some homing beacons on my friends. There we go. I hit a guy in the back. You saw him stumble over there, honestly. Okay, there's a guy retreating. I can get this guy. This guy's mine. Ah, see, slings are pretty accurate when you've got someone that knows how to use them, but I don't. Yeah, right in the back of the head. A nice critical hit. It didn't kill him, though. Slings are not the most effective weapon of war. But, do you know what it is? Hordes of cavalry that will do the job for me. He's just been knocked in the back of the head. Oh my god. So, what I wanted to do is leave that. That's all sorted. They're all done. And what this might possibly do is kill them all. And the leader died in battle. Now, these are a patrol, and they are from... can I just... No, I don't want to hit the village. Hoiber. Where is Hoiber? Hoiber is here. So, within this city, there will be a patrol... Well, a guardhouse. And these are things you can build, like marketplaces and that sort of stuff. And they can be built. And there will be a patrol, and they'll walk around killing looters and that sort of thing. It's actually kind of cool. They don't cost any wages, and they patrol the town and villages, hunting bandits. They will also help you. So, let's say if I raid this area, and I own this city, it will send a patrol out, and they'll help me and stuff. It was really, really cool. And these are nice. You can actually return them as well to the castle, and it will give you some more reinforcements in the garrison. But it's just one of the more and extra troop types that have been added in. Now, what I was trying to show you before, after a huge battle, sometimes deserters will spawn, and there will also, there's another patrol there, awesome, and these will also come about in war-torn countries. For example, the area that we were fighting in before, up in Empire Land, in that war-torn, after a while, after the war's been going for quite some time, deserters will spawn. They're tougher than looters because they'll kind of be your average... Okay, my people are starving, and he's going, let's go to the fish area. Let's go to the fish area. Thank you. I just bought 100 fish. That will... Oh my god, that would do me for hello? The food's running out. I've sorted. Shut up, Gan the Fatherless. I'm not surprised you're fatherless. Now, of course, these deserters will be more powerful because there'll be actual troops running around. And if you remember, if you played Mount & Blade Warbands, the first Mount & Blade in 2010, that had deserters as well. But they are also cool because they can merge. Parties of deserters from armies will merge together to create bigger parties. And that is goddamn awesome. War leaves like a proper footprint. Deserter packs will roam and merge around, and you can tell that an area has been at war for quite some time because of such a thing. As I just wait for my men to heal up, slowly but surely they are getting more battle ready. We had a huge battle that kind of got us destroyed. It was actually by one of the minor factions, the Dastardly Hand Clan. I don't know if that's their actual name, but I just wanted to upgrade because I've got some medicine. Yes, I want to do my plus 30% healing points. And actually, if we wanted to look into some of the diplomacy tabs, because, well, things are getting a little bit more interesting within this next update. You see, 1.3 actually brings real diplomacy, something that people have been asking for quite some time. Not only does it bring in, well, different types of alliances, it brings in better trade deals and smarter wars, and, well, some long overdue settlement features like being able to parlay and, well, with town projects that actually matter. But we're going to move on to that very swiftly. I have just realized my expected change in my expenses is awful. 1800. Okay, we need to actually start buying some things. Speaking of buying some things, if we go into this town here and let's say, let's go to the brewer.
Greetings, my lady. I don't believe that we've met.
Now, here is one of the cool features. You can use your influence to support clans, and you can ask the NPCs to do such a thing, but they'll be supporting different clans, so you need to make sure you get your notoriety as well. So, there we go. What I must do is get a companion. Is there anyone in the tavern? Yes, you're not doing anything, so let's talk to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. There's your stuff. We don't need to recruit any mercenaries, but what we can actually do is ransom our prisoners while we're here. And go back to speak to the brewer. Let's talk to him. Let's form a caravan. There we go. There's 15. There you go. There you go. Now, they'll go off and do their caravanning. Obviously, this is a staple part of Mount & Blade, but they'll take their men. They've got mostly ranged troops, actually, and, well, I don't know where exactly they're going. Let's see. Bye. Have a great time. They're definitely going to get attacked and completely slaughtered, but caravans actually have a different sort of advantage now. In fact, they're so much more useful within this update. Now, first things first, of course, when it comes to activating diplomacy and finding out all the new options, you need to have a kingdom. And for that, you need a substantial amount of men. You need to be clan tier 4, as you'd expect, and you need a fief. So it's probably a good time we actually take this castle. Now, of course, there is this new morale system here where you can see how your parties are doing. In fact, we are doing slightly better, but I do have to worry because my men's morale will go down very slowly if I'm not careful, the more and more hits we take. But where are our siege towers? Okay, we've got a siege tower. Now, this is very, very important because with the new siege updates, these siege towers should be infinitely more powerful. And hopefully we should see that as soon as they get up to the walls, and this should help us take... Okay, this is not ideal. Right, I'm going to bring out my new sling. Here we go. I see that archer. Okay, I hit a shield. The ladders have gone up because we no longer have siege towers, but that's fine. We can use it. We can work with this. We can work with this. The men are pouring up because of the new siege update within this. They actually use ladders pretty effectively. Unfortunately, it's my worst men that have gone up, which is why everybody is dying horrifically. Some progress has been made. The men have actually made it onto the walls now, and my sling has got a hit, which is more incredible than I ever would have thought would happen. Let's get another one. Okay, that was a teammate. Okay, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Oh, another hit right into him. Beautiful. That's what I love to see. Up we go, boys. Up onto the walls. Climb those ladders. My head is in your ass, but that's okay. No stress. No stress. How are we doing on this wall? Fine. It's a little bit deadly up here, but I'm sure we can work with this. Hello. Oh, there's a few peasants on. Ow. Ow. Okay. We're in a good place now. We're in a great place. Let's just get around the back here. And let's... Can we take... No. No, we are not. We are not. Are we close? Are we close to... I can't tell. No, I'm being slaughtered. Ouch. Ouch. Retreat. Hold on. How has this guy got down... Did he fall, or did he come out the... Is that gate open? They're sallying out this way. Guys, come this way. Oh, the gate's closed now. No, that's not going to work. Keep going up the ladder. They've decided that they don't want to sally forth anymore. That is new. I did not think that was a thing. Oh. Come on then, lads. Come on. Yeah. I found this on the floor and it seems incredibly effective. Okay, that looks like that's going to be a victory to us. Oh my god, you've got really nice armor. Bloody hell, that is beautiful. Okay, up onto this final little bit up here. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Hello. And slice and die. Oh my god, I just took his legs out. Okay, I'm going to need my shield for this. Ow. Ow. Yeah. This is slow, powerful, but very slow. Oh my god. Looks like we have done it. I can hear cheering. Cheering coming from down there? Yes. That must be it. There's 2 left. But nonetheless, I think they're going to go down very swiftly and they're dead. Beautiful. Now we've taken this, we have got our first fief. Gaios Castle is yours. We're going to show mercy because I want this to be part of my land. And what I need to do actually is go and find another companion because my companion is currently, well, away trading. Okay, so if we manage the castle, we can add the scholar, Kalim the scholar. There we go. Now food's gone up. Garrison will go +1. I think this, our fortifications, let's put some into the reserves. Actually, let's put full into the reserve. That will help pay for that stuff. Currently, we're building more fortifications because our castle walls aren't particularly useful. And yeah, they're gonna wait as far as I'm aware. This is actually not a bad place. I think probably looking at some food because I can go next, and some better barracks would be good. That's gonna do a minus to the garrison wages. We don't actually have a garrison yet, but we can start adding to the garrison. So let's put some of these Azerite guys in that we don't really want in our contingency, and they can upgrade themselves. It's very slowly in castles, but they are what they are, so we can pop them all in there. There we go. And then what we can do is we can come and talk to you, and yeah, we'll see what he's got to say. Okay, so we can go to our scholar who's in the town, and we can say, let's proclaim a kingdom. And, you know, that's exactly what you'd expect. And now you can decide who the culture of the kingdom is. But this is all in Mount and Blade Bannerlord as you've played it before. We are probably going to be the Empire. Very well, I'll name it the Kingdom of Slosh, because that's a very royal name, and so it shall be. And you have all this stuff as you'd expect. But if we move through this, now it kind of changes a little bit, because we have our diplomacy tag, as you'd expect, and we can start talking to other kingdoms with some of the new cool diplomacy. So let's say Southern Empire here. Currently, yeah, our strength is absolutely nothing compared to these guys, but there are some extra buttons we have down here. Now, you need influence to make sure you're doing it, and of course my kingdom influence is back to 0 because I've only just formed it. But if we had this influence, what we can do is we can consider making alliances. Now, alliances actually last for a year. They'll lock you in for 1 year, so there's no sudden betrayals. If a war breaks out, you can call to war. You can actually push your allies in or get people to help you if there is a potential war that's going on. And we can see if we can act that in a second. So if we said to the Northern Empire, we said, let's ask for an alliance. Okay, there we go. So now these guys are our friends. Beautiful. Now we can also enact making peace with people from here. So if we wanted to, we could be at peace with the Southern Empire. In fact, we could do that right now because we have the influence to do so. And that means now we've taken their town, and nobody cares and nobody will attack it because these guys do not hate us anymore. Thank you for donating a Gaios castle. I really, really appreciate it. This is one of the best castles, and we can keep that going as we'd expect until we decide we want to declare war as well. Just war and peace is a lot more logical and sane, and has actually how it would work now. There's less wars that are just completely random. Of course, you can still start them on your own. And tribute payments kind of scale a little bit more regularly as well. Now, what if, for example, we declared war on the same people again? Okay, so now they hate us. And what if we headed over to Chernopsis Castle? Because there is a kind of newer option, which I think should have been in for a long, long time. But it adds other things when you actually go and talk to them. So we can approach the gate, request entry. So we can actually approach towns now with a different sort of feature. Now, this is the stealth feature here, where if I want to get inside an enemy city, you can see the guards that will potentially pay attention to you, and they have the dots over their heads. Now I have my stealth clothes on at this point in time, and I can sort of sneak through, but look, he's getting more suspicious. The bars come up. Now if I drew a weapon, I'd be instantly spotted. If I start running around as well, you can see it goes up very, very fast, so you have to be very, very... Why is she walking like that? Why is everybody walking like that? What is wrong with people in this town? So we need to get to our contact, which is over here. We need to do it without being spotted. So I'm just going to walk over this way. Don't worry about me. Okay, fantastic. Oh, they're beggars. That's why. That's beggars. Okay, fantastic. Now, how am I going to get past that? Ah, there's an open door there. I wonder if we can utilize that to get through the town. So as much as the bigger wars and diplomacy come in, with the new stealth feature, you can integrate that with the wars and battles you have with people. This is not helpful to me at all. Now, hopefully I can just walk past. They shouldn't pay too much attention to me as long as I don't make any suspicious movements or anything like that. No, they don't seem suspicious of me. Fantastic. As long as I don't pull a weapon out or start running running, because if you start running, instantly they are on your case. But there are no more around here, so I can run for a little bit, actually. Oh, here we go. She was going red for a second. Go back down to white. Just wait till that dot disappears above the head. Oh, God. Oh, I'm about to walk straight past one. Please don't look at my face. Please don't look at my face. Okay. Okay. Hello, sir. Don't worry about me. There's a lot of beggars in this town. They should probably fix the economy, if I'm going to be honest. I can probably run past these people. He's looking the other way, so it doesn't matter if I run here. And of course, the regular civilians, they don't pay attention to you at all. Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was real bad. Okay, I've got to get inside here quickly. Oh, there's still likely to be some people in here. There we go. Here's our contact. And this is how you get inside towns, even if you're at war with them. You can see they're wearing the clan colours as well, which will give you that indication. We now have a contact in this town, which is perfect. So it'll make it easier to get inside the city. And of course,
you want something from me?
We've got more things that you can get missions from and that sort of thing. Okay, so now we made it into the town. A contact we made. That's kind of the new system of getting into enemy places, even if you're not friends with them. Now, of course, these policies have been in for quite some time now, but there is a new one, actually. And if we scroll down, land grants for veterans. Veterans of the realm's armies are allowed to claim abandoned farmland and receive reduced taxes under the expectation that they will train their children and fellow villagers for future military service. So what happens is that the settlement militia veterancy is increased by 10%. Obviously, they'll be upgraded. They'll be a bit better in fighting, but your village tax income changes. Now, the reason we can't enact that at the moment is because we are very low on our influence, because we've just gone to war, peaced, and gone back to war again, which I'm going to be honest, I'm not the most expertise commander. It doesn't sound like the way to do it, if I'm going to be very, very clear. Now, you might be wondering exactly what does this alliance do? Well, the alliances actually have some great effects within the game itself. Depending on the relationship between rulers, shared or separate wars, existing tribute payments will come into it. There'll be different ruler traits as well. But the alliances between two kingdoms basically means that the kingdoms, of course, won't declare war on each other, at least not for at least a year, and they can request that their allies join war through call to war agreements, which means you're going to need gold in order to do such a thing. Now, these trade agreements here are actually quite a big part of it. They will increase the amount of caravans that go between each places. Of course, that adds in a higher risk when it comes to people attacking and bandits attacking your caravans. And if there's any sort of war between you, those automatically, the trade agreements will be broken off, and those caravans will stop going to each other. Now, speaking of caravans, when you've got your own caravans like this one here, and we speak to them, if we talk about business, what we can do is you can discuss your trade partners, so you can just stop trading with a certain person as well, which is awesome. And you can kind of put, I don't know, so I guess a kind of a tariff on them as well. So if you're at war with people, let's stop trading with them. We're currently at war with them, or we should not start trading with them even if we make peace again. But there's more I wanted to talk about. We can start trading from a different town, and we can actually make Realms a new home. Now, we are currently in the Southern Empire, and we can choose any of them. So if we choose Ficon, so now she will go more to Ficon. That's actually such a bad idea, though, because they return quite often to their home trading areas. Let's say somewhere in the Northern Empire, because we are friends with them in here. So that's where their home is, and that means that's where they'll get the majority of their resources, and they'll head back there quite frequently. And they do head to their hometowns pretty frequently as well. And of course, you have the regular stuff about the new markets, because there are now planks. Planks is a new trading resource alongside felt as well, and you can well, gain advantages and plenty of money through these new trading resources. Now, we have an enemy settlement here, Lycaron. If we hold left alt, we can see, I think that means who's notable's in it, but if we hold left alt and then left click on it, we can then parlay, and that sends an envoy inside. Now we can talk to Era, who's just gone inside there.
Forgive me for what may seem an abundance of
Nice. And let's just listen to her dialogue.
just beyond sword length is fine.
There we go. Oh, she's still
Who
going.
might you be?
Hello, this is me. I kind of hate you, and you can talk to the nobles like this. I can try and get her away from their kingdom. That was going to work. We can try and convince them of many things, but of course it depends on where you are and who you're asking. So we're going to go to another town, maybe a smaller castle, maybe over here, and let's see if we can talk to them. So if we go to Melion Castle, if we hold left click and go in, someone will go in there. We can speak to you, and this is just another way of being able to speak to the nobles, and it does feel incredibly Monty Python. Will you leave? You can discuss this issue with a husband who speaks for our family, but where are you? Been taken prisoner by Lucon. Oh no. Yes. Well, I'm sorry, I cannot talk to your husband, but I will persuade somebody to leave their clan eventually. As far as I'm aware, you can't do it to one of these smaller places because they don't have nobles in it. It has to be a place that has nobles in. Yeah, that's not going to work. What if we head to this bigger town here? Who's in Myzia? I don't know, but we're about to find out. Oh, there's an army forming. That's kind of terrifying. Parlay, let's speak to you.
Now then,
God, she's actually terrifying. Okay, I just tried to take away from her husband. Okay, that is incredibly awkward. Oh, someone's attacking my... No. Should we assault the siege camp? Yes, I'm going for the siege camp. Well, if parlaying doesn't work, there's always the old-fashioned way. All right, men. It's probably a good time now to make sure the enemy do not take our castle and regret everything they've ever done. And when I say that, I mean... Sergeants, you please do your thing because you're much smarter than me, and all I have is a goddamn sling. I do need to get rid of the sling. Look, it is part of the new update, so I'm trying to show stuff off, but my god, is it useless. The enemy have actually just hidden inside of this tree line here. Guys, are you going to come out at some point, or are we just we're gonna stay in there forever? They do look like they're staying in there forever. But I do have my horse skirmishes, and this means that we can essentially destroy these people with facts and logic. You ready, men? You ready? You look incredibly ready. I want to see how effective these guys are, especially when fighting uphill. And I still cannot get over how beautiful the lighting in this update looks. God, I just cannot wait until it's fixed. Well, it's actually so much more fixed than it was last time. I was having a lot of issues a bit earlier with how buggy everything was, but ow, 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 ow. Don't you worry, I've got a sling. I can use this. Ouch. Okay, retreat. There's too many of them. They are too powerful. They've got too many archers. This is not going too well so far. Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. Skedaddle. Skedaddle. Okay, my front line of archers is coming in now. How beautiful. We have come here to defend our town. In terms of morale, oh my god, they have so much more morale. I mean, these guys are a full army. They've got Valeria, they've got Nifon, they've got Sicarius, they've got Bannerlord, they've got Termion. They've got so many guys, and me, it's just old Chen Miss Slosh. Slosh. I can't remember the name of my clan or kingdom, but that does not matter. They are going up that road, and they are really hiding up there. So far, though, no injuries have been given on either side, but I am getting some upgrades here. My Mameluke cavalry are really getting some proper Well, if that wasn't the most fitting thing in the world, I guess we're going to see how this pans out from a different perspective. Me and the boys, when we've got people to attack who keep killing our women and children. Look at us go. This is not an ideal situation. The cavalry is actually pushed up pretty far forward now, and this is not my arch cavalry. Oh my word, it is just a absolute ball of men. Men with balls, but balls of men. They are... can we get our archers up here? This would be a more ideal situation. Let's just fast forward and see what happens here. Okay, so the kills have gone in pretty rough from either side. It looks like my cavalry have just charged and died in there. They're still doing an alright job though. And yeah, most of the archers are just in the forest on their horseback shooting up this hill. They are? Oh, I thought they were going to come off the hill. No, the hill seems to be working for them pretty well. Well, it looks like we might have lost the castle that we just gained, but not to worry. This is the diplomacy part. 1.3. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Go and check out this beta. It's very easy to get in and join the beta, but if not, the full update will come out very soon. And there goes the charge in, and my men have all been slaughtered. How embarrassingly fitting. Please subscribe.